Researchers with Texas A&M's Natural Resources Institute have developed a database that will help TxDOT save time and money. Their project points out where certain species of amphibian and reptile families live. They're considered Species of Greatest Conservation Need, or SGCN. If they live near where roads are considered, TxDOT needs to know about it. The database was made possible thanks to technology, but especially through a unique community-based nature app called iNaturalist. Amphibian and reptile sightings from citizens were a vital part of the project. Researchers combined that information with existing roadway data to develop heat maps that can be used to inform planners of potential conflicts before a road project begins.
There are 62 species that TxDOT needs to keep track of in terms of permitting and for these road projects. Texas is a big state. There's a ton of roads that TxDOT is responsible for maintaining and building. And if you add into that 62 critters that are running around, it's impossible to know where those species are, when they're there, and how they'll be impacted by different road projects. Well, the goal of this project is get all that information in one spot so they can see it ahead of time and know where the problems could arise.
The information is important to us because it can identify species conflicts that we have on certain roadways, and if we have our projected projects that are out in the future, we can know early on when to coordinate for these species and get ahead of the game, if you will, related to species that are on a watch list.
We took advantage of a citizen science database that was created by iNaturalist, a web-based application that allows anybody that has a smartphone to go out and take a picture of, in this case we're talking about amphibians and reptiles, take a picture of that amphibian or reptile and then post it to this iNaturalist database, this Herps of Texas project, and the curators, we're curators, and there's a bunch of other universities that are involved that can help those people figure out what that individual is.
It identifies a watch list, so if they happen to come up after planning and before construction, we can already get a plan in order where we might have a identified species come on the list, or we can modify our plans.
You can imagine every month or year delay on a project is all of those people and all of that equipment in place for another year. And we can do something with these data and provide that information to folks in the planning stage early enough, and also let them know things that, for example, it may not be an endangered species at the beginning of the project, but maybe it's going through the listing process. And so in year 2 of the project, it gets listed and then it's a surprise. If we can tell them which species they need to watch out for, then you run into this situation where you don't get those delays.
We identify the species and we identify the roadway type of project, and we can anticipate the potential impacts during the construction and maybe even possible the maintenance. That information will help us for roadway projects during construction and to deliver a safe roadway project.
For more information and to find the publications for this project, please visit the TxDOT Research Library at the link shown below.